targeted cancer centers. So we are already, very advanced stage with Huron AI. Number two, Mahmoud, you have not said why you need money. Nobody knows why you need money. Why do you need money? Because if you had asked my friend Stephen Ojwang has money, he can give you 5 million. But why do you need money? Number three, something I think we talk about in the XCOM that our members might not know, and you've just mentioned it in passing, is the depth with which Rupha and the new digital journey in government of Kenya are integrated. I think members need to understand, and it shouldn't be said in passing, that the reason why the director for digital, he actually came here, and he was here, Dr. Ryan Nyotu was here, but he was not able because he's been called to another meeting in State House. The reason why Ryan Nyotu came here is because Rupha is the only software in the private sector that is working block by block with government as government builds the new digital superhighway. In other words, in fact, let me put it this way, the entire framework that the government is building the digital superhighway on is the same framework that Rupha is built on. So I just wanted to make that point. In other words, we are preparing the private sector for takeoff when the government digital superhighway is ready. We will not be left behind. We are step in step with them. And I mean, he was asked here, what can we do to get ready? He said, but if you are with Rupha, you are going to be ready. So I think that point is very important for us to make. So Mahmoud, why do you need money?
Yeah, so I rushed through because of time, but this software, or any other software for that matter, is human capital intensive. People have to sit for hours and hours developing this thing. And there's a lot of processes involved in this. You may be aware that for the better part, I've been alone doing this. And we got somebody in to assist just last year. And we've been hacking at it bit by bit, but it's very slow. We have July. We've been told that we need to prepare ourselves. Pesa inakuja, sindio? We need to be ready. Rupha has to be at your doorstep when that happens. For that to happen, we need human resource. We need more people on with hands-on. And for that reason, we are trying to raise money as an investment from your end to be able to reach that stage where we can now leave Rupha flourish, raise income by itself. And the projections that we are having is that 5 million will be enough for us to push this forward for in this first year. So I don't know if that's clear enough.
So yeah. You need money because we need to get developers.
Yes.
That is the point, isn't it?
And additional to that as well, we also need the funds to run around. Okay. Deploying sites and all these things, trainings.
Logistics.
Yes, logistics.
So funds for logistics and funds for developers.
Yes.
And this is a one-time offering. It is not
Yes.
going to be open throughout.
Yeah.
So those who would like to sit on the fence and say, one day I will come, you might miss the window. I have already, committed in the XCOM as an individual that I am ready to invest in Rupha because I believe in this journey. And I think that Rupha, our vision, and we are going to work hard at this. We want Rupha to be the gold standard for private healthcare in the next few years. So if you are out there, and we've not put limits for the amount of money you can invest. I think, Mahmoud, it is any amount. Yeah. So 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 5 million Ojwang, okay? Mm-hmm. So it is any amount. And we welcome you to be part of this journey. This is going to transform how we do healthcare in Kenya. Thank you. And I think we are supposed to be getting into another session. Let me give you this.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Brian. Let's clap for our panelists. Thank you very much. We really appreciate investment opportunity and really quite something. We really appreciate you. In the interest of time, please be patient. I'm seeing there's a very pressing question and comment, and I'm tempted to give you an opportunity and make it very precise. Tafadhali.
Thank you. My question is this. Rupha Soft, is it tailor-made in a way that it's only locked to one facility, or it can be linked to 2 or 3 facilities? Because recently, from Vihiga, we had this system where the counters had installed. You do an X-ray, it is sent to 2, 3 facilities for them to also have a second opinion for you to give a conclusion or a judgment. So I'm asking, is our Rupha Soft tailor-made, or is it close to only one facility? Because with the Rupha Soft, I know you know the kind of people we are here. You know the specification of every doctor here. I can do an ultrasound, send to this one to confirm, this one to confirm, so that we can also share and interlink the information among us. Is it just for Nala only, or for Bunyore only, or you can look away whereby you can open it, giving it some administrative rights where the facilities also look at the reports?
Wonderful, wonderful question. So, you know, you're hitting the nail on the head, actually. The whole effort here is interconnectedness. We leverage every bit of resources that we have at our disposal. Referrals, let's have them within the Rupha network. Why should they go outside? You know, expertise, why should we let them go outside? We have expertise within, we utilize it. So Rupha Soft is the enabler here. And yeah, you wonderfully, you know, put it. So yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for responding to that. Let's give another round of applause. Thanks to Rupha. That's the very good direction, and what I like is you align to the government. So you are really on the right track. So now we are getting into another session, which is very interesting. Let's not get tired, please. And it is the AGM. And the first person I would like to invite is our treasurer, M-Pesa, Daisy, so that she can actually tell us about money. As we were already discussing about money, how much does it cost, where are we getting the money? Karibu sana, Daisy. Let's appreciate Daisy.
Good afternoon. At least you're still clapping. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be the M-Pesa person. And as you have just seen, as we are moving into the digital highway, we have a software, Rupha Soft. And as you can hear, we are appealing for money. It's an appeal. Have you heard? We are not moving because what? He's talking about a team of people that need to be paid every single day. We need an office to run, we need laptops, we need desks. So we are appealing for money because the slowness of this project is actually as a result of money. So as we move on, let us see how we are going to support and work towards getting money for this. So the next part of our agenda is actually where we need to see what exactly have we done in terms of finance for the last year under Rupha. You must remember we have different projects, but currently what we are going to present is under Rupha. I want to congratulate members who took up in the dream that we had last year of Rupha Drug Agency. We have quite a number of members who have gone into their pockets and invested to buy drugs, to get into this venture. The people who believe in our dream. I hope all of you here are part of the dream, and you have already filled the forms and are going to pay towards this investment. So I would like to get the auditors for Rupha to give us a short presentation in terms of how our books look like. And because we are techno-savvy, as part of the registration, there was a QR code that you are supposed to click on and scan. It has been on for the last 2 weeks. It has the document, audited books of accounts. Are you aware? You have it on your neck. Now, you take your phone, you switch on your data if we are going to overwhelm the one here, and scan the QR code and you will have your document. Okay? This is powered again by Rufasoft. Sawa. Karibuni.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Good afternoon, Rupha family. Good afternoon. Yeah, we are pleased to be here. Kagomokunya CPA. It has been also a journey with this wonderful Rupha Association. And we are here again. Ours is going to be very precise and clear. We are not going to rush you so much that you may not capture every figure. Again, we are not going to delay too much. It's just about numbers, and the number language is mostly more than software. What we are going to do, let me just say, we have 2 sets of accounts. One set of accounts is the audited account for the year. Rupha year starts every 1st of June. And the year now we are considering is the 1st of June 2022 to 31st May 2023. That is the audited year. However, we have another set of account called management account, which is going to bridge the gap, which could be too long, too historical. Because if you go by just the audited account, you can see that it's about 9 months up to today. But now we are going to present also the management accounts to bridge that gap so that you can see. So the management account is as of 31st December 2023. So one of us, we are a team, but we came 2 of us. I'm going to take you through the management accounts, and my friend and colleague is going to take us through the audited accounts. So it is my privilege to invite him to come over here. I don't know. I think we need to be... Okay. Thank you. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome my colleague and my friend, Mr. John Kingori, to come over here and do the presentation for the audited account. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Mudioki Kingori, a CPA, partner Kago Mukunya and Associates. I'm glad to be here with you people because it's a good thing that we go through these accounts together. And first and foremost, I want to thank the members of ESCOM for a great job that they've done, such that we are able to present these beautiful and promising accounts to this AGM. Where I am right now is actually content. this is what we intend to present. Our presentation today, just like any other time that we have been in AGMs, we are guided by 4 international reporting financial standards. One is the presentation of financial statement. We look something to do with revenue, that is International Accounting Standard number 18, and 5, statement of cash flows, plus property, plant, and equipment, PPE, as guided by Financial Reporting Standards number 16. Where I am in page 1, that is general information. Last AGM, we constituted executive committee members who are 6 and 1 ex-officio members. We are registered as Rupha. Principal activity is always good to be reminded what we do, because sometimes we can't forget. It's not in harm that we are association, we are non-political association of privately owned medical centers, outpatient, ambulatory care centers, rehabilitation nursing homes, diagnostic centers, and hospitals. Our objective: we bank with Equity Bank in Nairobi. Results are what we will present in pages 2 to page 12. And now, without further ado, I'll be juggling from one page to another. I'll start with income, because income is the backbone of every institution, be it a company, a sole proprietorship, a partnership. There is a summary. Page number 2 is a summary of what we've done in the year. Then I'll go to page number 12, because I want to be consistent. Once, right, I've been reminded that I'm constrained of time. Okay, our summary is page number 2. Income, we are able to raise 6.6 million. Last year, we had 5 million. Then I want to explain very fast. We had administrative expenses of that much. We had operational expenses. This is as per our classifications. We have professional and financial costs. So surplus for the year was 2.8 million. What is income? I'm persuaded to go to page number 12, where we are going to get our levels of income. Basically, there are 4, 5 levels of income. That is where the disclosure that I want to disclose. Income of below 6.6 is made up of membership fees, sales of promotional materials. We also have surplus in press contributions of that much. Our sponsors this time round were very active. We held them, labs up, and then the participation fees. Then you have annual subscription fees for the year. That one, for us to gain or to derive the promotion income, we had some cost of sales in promotional materials. That's exactly how we are arriving at that. I want now to go to summary in page number 6. That income has been subjected to certain costs, because again we are growing. The income of 6.6 that we have just demonstrated how it was derived at, we have a admin cost of 1.3 million. One thing that I want to capture there is that staff costs have reduced from 1.1 million in year ended that 1st May 2022 to around 775,000 in the current year audit. We had to reduce we dissolved. The AGM dissolved to reduce the staff members. We had like 2. For the year just ended, we have only 1. That's exactly why we are having the first item, reducing from 1.1 to around 775,000. The growth in profit can also be explained in the income that we have just quoted. That one, we have operating expenses under there of like 2.1 million. We have finance costs. This is basically bank service charges. It's probably some retail finance charges here. So net surplus for the year is actually 2.8. This is accrued income. What we are supposed to receive from subscription or members, and what was collected. That one now takes me to page number 3 on property, plant and equipment. Here we are working on assets. May 2022 we had only 87,000. It's good to note that we never had an office then. So in the prevailing year, June 2022 to May 31st, 2023, we set up an office. We bought laptops, we had furniture. That is now what makes it to grow to 482. Another element of disclosure is what we had in the bank, the 729,000. The subscription receivables, what we were supposed to receive from 356 membership, 4.5 million. And then the new office we had a deposit in rent. So basically the net asset is actually 5.5 million. How do we fund that? We are financing by an element of accounts payables of 77,000. We have other small liabilities that we need to actually offset of that much. And then the bulk of it is income and expenditure account and the accumulated funds. The profit that we are making is part of our assets. So again, our assets and liabilities are actually, we are valued at 5.8. The other disclosure that we need to make is statements of cash flow. For us to have the 729,000, I'm now in page 7. This is a disclosure requirement of IAS number 7. That the income, I want to move to page 7, that's where I am. The income, the surplus that we've already reported, or like 2.8, is arrived at after we add back the depreciation item. Depreciation is a non-cash item, so we add back to get that. We have some prior adjustment. These are the effects that took place, what we call the post-balance sheet events after the AGM. And then we have receivables. Subscriptions received is actually growing. We are saying we are lagging behind in terms of payments by members of the subscriptions to a net of 1.1 million. What we are supposed to receive this year as compared to the last year. Then we have some debt that we have to pay over 100,000. Purchase of fixed assets. When we established the office, we bought the computers and furniture. That money went out. Is a cash outflow. That's what is in a minus. And the last item there is actually accumulated fund due to reduced subscriptions of 904,000. So we are able to tie the cash that is in the bank with how that funds have been applied to actually generate what we have and what we are reporting. And with that, the other page is actually to tie, to show the movement. It's to show the movement of accumulated funds, the surplus that we made in the year for balancing of the accounts. With that, I must go to page 4, page 5, whereby information that were required for the purposes of this audit was actually received and in good time, and any queries that might come from this AGM can actually be answered, and we are here after the presentation of management accounts, because this is a little bit historical. But the figures that are here have actually been transmitted to form the continuity in the management accounts. So with that, it's always good to express our opinion, and we are saying we have obtained all information explanations, which to the best of our knowledge and belief are necessary for the purposes of our audit. To this end, in our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the association so far as it appears from the examination of these books that are open to scrutiny, and the association's financial statements are in agreement with the books of accounts. We hereby, we have already stamped the copy that would be, I believe it's the same copy that has been circulated. This was ours only for presentation. So, and with that, I want to call upon Patrick. Please come and now get us the continuity of the same, so that we'll be able now to get clarification in any where it may come from the members. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. For the interest of time, let me just go straight to the management accounts. I'm not going to be very to repeat exactly what we have done, but I'm just going to throw these accounts for the interest of time. Supposing there's going to be any question or any reaction, we are going to invite that kind of reaction and question, but let me just go through. This is a period bridging the audited accounts to 31st December 2023. What you can see there is the brief, is the summary of what has been realized during that period of, I think, how many months? About 7 months. That is the good thing is that you can see, because of the acquisition of the office, the asset is still building. But you'll find the most interesting thing, which I'm going to show you in detail, is the 7 million of the subscription which is receivable. The details of the management accounts, as you can see them. Okay, cash flow. Let me just go down. That is the income. During the 7 months, this is what constituted that income, you can see. Now, I think this is a bit, the interesting bit, because you can see, although it is indication that Rupha is doing very well in terms of leaping forward income-wise, but interesting is this income is tied with the members, and you can see the data's position. This is most current because this is on December. Members who can view themselves, maybe you can be able to see that list. It goes down. down. Let me just go a bit. Probably you are viewing it. It's a very long list. Is it always supposed to be like that? Probably not, but it is that way. Okay, and actually, it comes down to 7 million. So, I don't know whether we have lashed you, but in case there is any question of clarification, we are here to be able to get to that.
Any question on the audited books of accounts or management accounts? You want to ask?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Amomanyi Daniel. I am from New Hope. I think it may not be a question as such, but it's a concern that I had last year. And there's again a concern that's coming this time around. I think as far as I'm concerned, I cannot be able to comment much on the audited books of accounts. Because what I was expecting is that we could have had this report to the members as a booklet or through maybe either a hard copy or a soft copy. You go through it, where we are gaining and we are not gaining. But now, considering the time allocated to go through that and understand it, consume it to ask a question is very hard. But above all, we are working on the doctrine of good faith, that those ones who are in the office, what they are doing is the right thing. Because right now it's very hard to question all such figures. The data is 7 million, what has been, or the office has been done. There is movement here and there on the press, and several other responsibilities that we given. So I'm proposing that next time, when we come to the AGM, we should be able to have the report prior. We critique it, then we can be able to have what we can be able to call as a positive input into it. But for now, to me, we just assume that what you have done is right and the progress that we have is right, because we may not be able to comment much. Otherwise, it was a comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mine also was a concern of the same, that audited accounts are concerns figures, and figures needs to be taken, members needs to be taken slowly, understanding each and every step. So just maybe the ExCom will consider, before we get into the nitty-gritties of the AGM, let us consider the audited accounts. Let's give it even 1 hour. Let the auditor take us through step by step so that we can understand, not rushing us through figures. Thank you.
My concern is on the receivables. Quite alarming. When you are doing the audit, did you consider that some might, or maybe the question is, could some turn out to be bad debts, and has a consideration for provisioning been done?
Okay. I think we can handle those few reactions and also a question. I think our good gentlemen have got a good point of view. Actually, we don't need to rush you through these figures. You need to absorb them and then to make your own reactions. Probably that one has been uptaken by the officials, who are going to act accordingly. I know they have their own timelines, and I think that is a good point to look at. Okay. The other bad debts. Okay, yeah, that is also a point to consider. I'm not going to preempt maybe what the EXCOM have already thought about that. Maybe they are going to they have discussed and maybe they have come up with a cause. Whatever guidance we are given and whatever action is being taken financially, we absorb it and we see how is it going to affect the financial status of Rupha. That is a good concern. But anyway, there are also elements that we can look at to see whether writing off those debtors is also a way forward. It will require for maybe yourselves, because you are members, you are stakeholders, and the committee, the officials, to discuss and see the way forward. I didn't get clearly what about the asset. Does Rupha, when we are doing this audit, taken into consideration the asset owned by Rupha? Is that the question in brief?
My question is if they're rebuilding the rooftop software, that's like an asset. Does Rupha own that?
Own asset. Okay, no. Okay, Rupha is an entity by itself. RDA is also another entity, so they are separate. If at all there is going to be any accounts for RDA, it's going to be very separated from whatever we have as Rupha. So that is it. That's the position. Thank you. Thank you so much for that reaction and also for listening. We are always yours. Thank you.
Thank you. We have taken note on the timelines. Timelines we are on a hard place, but we are going to work on that in terms of the timelines of sharing the books of accounts. However, we are still here tomorrow. You are still able to go through the document because you have it. Mumeipata? Nani amepata? Fantastic. Good. The next part is receivables. Members owe Rupha 7 million. So the profit he said was 2.8. The 2.8 is also with the members. We are running on zero. Last year, when this was brought to the floor, it was agreed through this AGM that we give members up to December 31st to pay what was owed. What you have seen there was as at December 31st. The EXCOM held a meeting in the month of February and came up with a decision to give 75% discount so that we would at least recover probably 1.5 million from that amount. As we speak, we still even have some of us who are here who are yet to take advantage of the 75% discount. We are in dire need. And It is either, last year we said we should not give people bad debts because what is happening is that the organization is being run by probably we are about 380 currently who are members who have attempted to pay maybe 1 year subscription. But the ones who are in good standing right now are about only 100 facilities. The question that I would pose to you is that should we let go of the 280 and we remain with the 100 who have been consistently paying? We understand the hard environment in terms of our businesses, but I decided to break this down so that it can be maybe palatable. Membership is 2,000 shillings, which is paid once when you join, and therefore you become a member of Rupha. Then we go down to you pay 12,000 shillings as a yearly subscription. So when you break it down further, it comes down to 1,000 shillings per month. 1,000 per month. Let me break it further. Maybe people cannot afford 1,000 shillings per month, the people who are seated here. It is 30 bob per day. Is it not possible to send us 30 shillings per day? Are we opening our doors and nobody of us has sold half a loaf of bread? So here we are at 7 million, and we will wait for the decision by you members on what to do. Yes, Nadia. So yes, I think I'll throw it back to the members because we have to make a resolution. I don't know whether there's anyone who has a comment. Peleka.
My name is Westside, that is Evans. We passed a resolution last year and we said we give people time to clear the debts by December. So I don't think, is it proper for maybe the ExCom to now make another resolution of giving 70% discount without coming back to us to ask for the same? Then number two, what is the point of giving somebody 75% and he cannot even have made an effort? Maybe the people we can give 75% is somebody who has made an effort of paying something. He is owed 60,000, he has paid 30,000, then we can give him an extended period of time. I think it's time we make a radical decision so that we need also funds to run the association. We cannot run it on charity.
Another opinion?
I'm speaking on behalf of Lemuru Nursing Home. I've looked at the management accounts, and as far as I can recall, the principles of accounts dictates that in your books, what I owe you should be the same as in my books what I owe you. But in my books, I don't owe Rupha, and yet my name is on the list. How come? Because I remember I've already paid my subscriptions. And another thing, okay, that the 7 million is quite alarming. So unless maybe we prompt the members to commit, whoever can maybe commit to pay a certain amount of money. In the absence of their commitment, then they should be excluded from membership because there is no need of having so many names as members, and yet the impact is not there as far as subscription is concerned.
I'll take those two. I hear you, and when we were given this mandate in last year, March, one of the things was collect and give members a chance to redeem themselves. I will go by what the AGM will say about this. So the AGM is the one that eventually will decide whether we will go back to a 100 membership society or a 400 member society with 300 people who haven't paid. As part of the office, and what is done is that there is an SMS that you have been receiving. The SMS has been a reminder of the amounts you owe, and if you dispute, you go back to the office, you write an email, because there is info at Rupha, so that you can show a trail of communication in terms of we are not reconciling. So the SMS is that we don't agree with the position that Rupha owes, says I owe them 36,000. So you've never received such an SMS. So probably I need to counter check my database again with the CEO of the company to see. But as we stand here, there is info where we keep on saying info at Rupha, where we have the CEO who does this and counter checks. So again, if you've seen your name there, please sort out with the office so that we can go back and work again with the auditors to either reduce it. Probably it will reduce from 7 million to 0, because that is where we need it to get. I will also wait for your response in terms of what to do next from the members, because we need to make a resolution, and it's minuted. Yes.
I'm Joshua Migiro, that's from Timiros Memorial Hospital, Eldoret. For sure, I need to appreciate this association from where you've taken me from to where I am right now. I've had a lot of challenges, but through the office, I need to appreciate I'm where I am because of this association. Ours is not to be defensive. Ours is to see where we failed as a group or as individuals, so that we may come up, work together. And the earlier the better. If there is any issue, then we can question. But those of us who are lacking behind, for sure, let's put up our socks.
Okay, thank you. Mine is to comment on this number of facilities that haven't subscribed to our association. My suggestion, though, since this number is alarming, actually over 200 facilities having not subscribed to our association is really alarming. And my suggestion could be, if we can be able to, through the leadership, write the mail to every facility so that they respond when they will have to pay up the subscriptions, and we give them the timeline. If they cannot be able to do that, probably then we might have to probably expel them from the list of facilities, because there is no any good point of view of us having so many facilities and they are not actually subscribed to the association, and at the same time they may not be actually be supporting the association as we move forward. That's my suggestion, though. Thank you.
Those facilities could
December, again we decide and give them I'm just saying let us separate the facilities based on our resolution of March 2023. We say those that have attempted to pay, what effort have they done? Those that have not attempted to pay, so that we are able to make a decision, either to expunge them from the list or keep them within the list.
Hello. My concern is when somebody sends money, it's good also to get an answer that even if we pay we break in paying, but it's good because I have heard that this AG or whatever you had compiled was for us to December last year, isn't it? So I would think that that report is not comprehensive. If it is not, because from those people who paid from January to March, they are still in the list of non-payment. So what you need is to go back to all the members who have paid, so that you can reconcile your data again. That was my echo. Because most people have paid and they are seeing themselves in the list. And when you send the money, you are told it is received. So please reconcile your data again and send a message to any member the balances, so that we can be able to move on well. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, members. I think we have taken our notes, and there is clearly some work for us to do. Kindly allow us to do that. I know during the journey towards the annual convention, there were a lot of communications that were there in the group, and it's like clearly some of us missed it. So, but let us take it back, and then we pick it from there, and we'll be able to share with you good records again. So take it as.
Thank you very much for the feedback. We have picked up those suggestions. Again, you must remember we have one worker who is doing all this. So let's do this. We'll do that and give you feedback. Okay, so part of last year was that we were supposed to get a new, audit companies that would work now with us. And we sent out a request for quotation for this project. And we received RFPs. We got the communication for the RFPs and we sent it to the group, and quite a number of you forwarded it to the auditors that you work with. So the audit firms that applied were 8. We had PEMU Associates, Ronalds, KKCO East Africa LLP, Sudindinho, FH Consulting, VC Karani, Colin Ongalo, and Owili and Associates. We then went down to categorize and give a criteria of what exactly we needed as a desk evaluation, and we looked at the firm's documents, qualifications and experience, organogram, the lead consultants and who exactly works with them, and other stuff. And then we gave it a final score. We were also looking at indemnity cover and how they would undertake an audit for the company, and this scored to 100. What you see is from those 8 desktop reviews, and at the desk review that we did, we scored and picked the 4 main companies that scored over 80%, and this was PEMU, Ronalds, KKCO, and Sudindinho. From this, we then called them in for interviews, oral interviews, and they were making presentations on who their company was to the ExCom. And after an interactive discussion with these companies. These were what we came up with. Ronald, who had a professional indemnity of 100 million, and they were requesting for 92,800, which is inclusive of VAT. Then we had at number 2, KKCO East Africa, with a professional indemnity of 5 million, and the amount was 116,000. Then we had PEMU Associates, with a professional indemnity of 5 million, and the amount quoted was 160,080. These companies that we present here when we looked at everything, we found that these were the ones who could provide the best audited services. We take cognizance of Cargo, who have been our auditors for the last 4 years, the associates who have just presented right now, and they are leaving, yes, because they did not put in a request for quotation. They didn't do it. So the 3 companies are the ones we would like to present before you. And we are looking at their professional indemnity and the amounts quoted and their experience in the field. So at number 1 again was Ronald, number 2 KKCO, and PEMU Associates came in as number 3. But all the 3 can provide services. So we leave it to you to make a decision as an AGM. So we need a proposer and a seconder, or any other questions that you'd like to ask us.
Okay, thank you. So we just want to have you appoint auditors for the association, like the list has been given there. So mine is to pick the counts. I would say the easier way is by a show of hand. So we... Okay, number 1 is proposed and seconded. Yeah, but now, since there are 3 here, we want to take the count. Daisy, you'll help me do the count. All right, so for number 1, let's put our hands up for number 1 so that we pick up together. Please count them. Yeah, just keep your hands up so that we finish this very fast. There is light, but I can see.
Putting your hands down.
Keep your hands up until you are counted.
We should have counted the others.
Ask the question.
Is it good afternoon again? I think the EXCOM, you did a wonderful job. We went through the indemnity. You went through all those factors.
My brother, we are voting.
Yes, it's okay.
We are voting, yeah?
I was proposing that if they can, we can see them, if possible.
Please, let's vote, because seeing them is not important as what we have presented. I just want to rush this thing. Count the numbers.
But now, you see, I can't vote based on what?
Please.
You made a decision. You could have made a decision and give us a person, the best of all, let's, and then we can be able to know the factors that we can be able to use, because we respect what you did. You took a long time to go through these, number 1, number 2, and number 3. But right now, we don't know even how they perform, what they do, but still I don't want to predict.
I give you that.
Okay.
Representative of Ronald's is in the house? Representative of Ronald's? Not yet. A representative of KKCO? A representative of PEMU? Yeah, PEMU is here, the only one in the house. Maybe you can start up for them to see you. Yes. Okay, that's one that is...
Excuse me, Vice.
Yes.
I have an opinion.
Yes.
We trust you as the ESCOM. what you did is enough for us. We are already financially constrained. A true Kenyan and in this economy status can pick. Let us vote and we go with what we can see. Thank you.
Thank you so much, member.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
I suggest we start with PEMU, then we go to KKC, then Ronald will be the last one. That
Fine.
will be an easier way of voting.
Okay, so we are now voting for PEMU. Yes. Hands up for PEMU, we want to count. I'm going by that decision. Hands up for PEMU. 1, 2, 3. Are we satisfied? All right. Hands up for KKCO East Africa LLP. Hands up for KKCO. 1, 2, 3. Hands up for Ronald's. And I yes have it. Thank you so much. Without much ado, now I want to bring in the chair so that he can come and take us through the next item that should be the 2 last items, and then we close the day. Karibu, Chairman.
So I always find this session of the AGM my favorite because I get to put Daisy and Karuki on the hotspot just to have a feel of what it is to lead 300 organizations. Can we give them a round of applause, please? All right, members, thank you for your patience. One, let me just comment as your chairman that, and that is to my brother Evans, it is not the wish of, I don't think it's my wish to lose any member. And when we sat as EXCOM, it pains us because remember the resolution you passed last year was those who will not have paid by December 2023 should be expelled. Do you guys remember that? This was a resolution that if you don't pay by December, we expel. So the EXCOM, actually in January, the decision was now, do we expel? Now, when we looked at that list, as you have seen, we were to expel 200 plus providers. We are also in the space. We deliberated and we realized people have had a very rough year. So, as a stopgap measure, we said, so, as an EXCOM, nothing stops us from saying a second chance. This second chance has also not been taken. And it has been taken by very few people. But even at this moment, it is still very difficult to make the decision to expel a provider from the association. So we have resorted to cajoling, kupembeleza, kuongea poa, and being patient until things turn around, unless the AGM feels otherwise. But you will also agree with me, some of you have helped us recruit these providers. Losing any person or any provider is extremely, extremely difficult. There was a time we changed a WhatsApp group. Do you guys remember we changed WhatsApp group, we moved to Telegram. Some people didn't realize we had moved to Telegram. Do you know to this day they have never forgiven us? You know, so when you call them and say become a member, they say, but you removed me from the WhatsApp. But you removed me from the WhatsApp group. Now imagine striking them from the member role. So I think these are the challenges. So members, now very quickly, I have a very simple task. 3 resolutions, I want to get a vote on this. There is a discussion about providers who have groups of hospitals. Our constitution says that every hospital is an independent member. So if you have 5 hospitals and you are a member of Rupha, you are supposed to pay 12,000 times 5, which equals to 60,000. Some people are struggling with that. Now, as an EXCOM, we thought maybe we find another way because we see the future where a lot of you here will have chain of hospitals. Now, so this resolution is very simple. We are proposing that for one facility, if you have one facility, we retain the annual subscription at 12,000. We are proposing, okay, so I'm going to move really fast. That one I need to just see show of hands, those who are for and those who are against. So, resolution 1, if you have one facility, we retain the annual subscription at 12,000. How many are in agreement? Okay. Do I do the way they said, who is not in agreement? I think that's the easier one. This is easier. So, one facility at 12,000. If you are not in agreement, hand up. Where is nobody? One facility, you're not in agreement, Vincent? Okay, the ayes have it. One facility, 12,000, let's see by a show of hands. All right, the ayes have it. Good. Second resolution is if you have two facilities, we will now have a 10% discount that applies to both of them. So if you have two facilities and you bring them on board, you will pay 10,800 per facility. So our proposal for two facilities is a 10% discount. If you are opposed to this, hands up. 1, opposed? Where? Dr. Dennis, opposed? 3? Come on, you're taking time to decide. Okay, let me see. If you are opposed to 10% discount on two facilities, hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry? No, this is our proposal. If we, can I say, okay, let me put it another way. We are proposing if you have two facilities, 50% discount. How many are against it? Once the numbers start changing, the figures will change, you realize. So we thought as an EXCOM, the reasonable one is a 10% discount. Let's go ahead there. Granton.
My opinion is, Chairman, if you have 2 or 3 facilities, one, the first facility, you pay full, that is 100%. Then the other one, the last, the subsequent, you pay 50%. If I have 5, I'll pay 12, then the last, I'll pay 6. My opinion.
I think I agree with him. To finish our revenues. Go.
Yeah, I think I agree with what he said. The first we pay 12,000 and the rest at 50%. Yeah.
Okay, so proposer is my brother Anthony from Granton. Seconder for that is, remind me the name was. I know it is. The name is going. Mwingi Mohamed. Yes.
Agree or disagree? Once we disagree, then you'll ask us, what is your opinion or what is your proposal?
Thank you. You see, there's so much wisdom in this room, right? So, Anthony, Tulia. So, the EXCOM's proposal is that if you have 2 facilities, you get a 10% discount on both. So you pay 10,800 per facility. So the first proposal passed without issues. This is the second one. So if you are opposed to the 10% discount at 2 facilities, show of hands, please. Opposed? Anthony, your numbers are dwindling. Anthony, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Doctor, 6 at the back, so 6. 7. Okay. If you support 10% at 2 facilities, hands up. All right, the ayes have it. No, so if you don't have 2 facilities, you have 1, you pay 12,000. We are not done with the resolutions. I'm still reading. This is our proposal. If you have between 3 to 5 facilities, you get a 17% discount. You pay 10,000 across board. That was the proposal. So we have tiers. 1 facility, 12,000. 2 facilities, 10,800. 3 to 5 facilities, 10,000 flat. Are we together? Tuko pamoja? Okay. So the proposal on the floor is that if you have 3 to 5 facilities, you pay a flat rate of 10,000 across all the facilities. As many as are opposed to that proposal, let me see by show of hands. Opposed? 1, 2. Watu wa 5 facilities nawaona. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you guys are voting twice. How much it is 1? No, this is different hospitals. So I understand. 4. Okay. How many support that if you have between 3 and 5 facilities, you pay 10,000 per facility? Okay. Per facility. No. No, per facility. All right. So in other words, with this proposal, if it has been approved, any provider who has 3 facilities, their subscription is 30,000. If they have 4 facilities, it is 40,000. And if they have 5 facilities, it is 50,000. Are we together? All right. Now, if you have more than 5 facilities, so 6 or more, our proposal is you pay 9,000 per facility. 9,000 per facility. So say you have 6 facilities, your fees is 54,000. Okay? If you have 10 facilities, your fees is 90,000. So if you are opposed to that proposal of 9,000 per facility for more than 5, the number being infinite. If you are opposed to that, hands up. I don't see any oppose. If you support that providers with more than 5 facilities pay 9K, if you support, hands up, 9K per facility. All right. The ayes have it. So, that is recorded as a resolution of the annual general meeting. Now, previously, let me just tell you the impact of this. Previously, if you had 5 facilities, your annual subscription would have been 60,000. With this resolution, you will get to pay only 50,000. So we have basically made it much, much easier for providers who have more facilities to be compliant. Thank you, members, for that support. Second resolution I would like us to pass is on annual subscription for per KEF level. And I will put this as a straightforward question without talking about money. I will just say, does this AGM propose that there be different annual subscription per KEF level? Different annual subscription per KEF level. So this is what I mean. So level 2s pay differently, level 3s pay differently, and level 4s and 5s pay different rate. Do we want to consider that as an association? Do we want to consider that an association? Very? Okay, let me put it as a question then to the floor. Does this AGM support that members pay different subscription levels based on KEF level? If you don't support, put your hand up. Mahmoud, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, don't do this and then down. No, let's do this again. We are saying facilities pay a different subscription based on KEF level. If you don't support that, hand up. I need help now. The hands are quite numerous. Let's start from that side, Vice Chairman. Keep your hand up. So 20 facilities say they don't like the idea. If you support different subscriptions per KEF level, hands up. Okay, maybe I should clarify something. Put your hands down. What we are saying is that a level 2 will pay less than a level 3. A level 3 will pay less than a level 4. A level 4 will pay less than a level 5, etc., etc. That's what you are saying. Yes. Are we together now? Yes. So you have different levels, payments per level. But the higher you go, the more it becomes. So this one, in this case, the lower you go, the cooler it becomes. All right. Mahmoud, you want to comment or to vote?
Perhaps just to give it context a bit. Basically, each membership is a vote. And if the payments are staggered in that way, then it means that you're paying more for a vote or you're paying less for a vote. That's how I look at it.
Powerful point. In other words, Mahmoud is saying, if all votes are equal, then why are some people paying more to be members? Does he make a valid point?
Yes. I think
Mahmoud, you are interfering with our meeting.
I think
support?
Through chair.
Yes, Dr.
I also have the same feeling, because if we start staggering, then that means the voting power will also be based on KEF level.
Okay, so I hear you.
Yes.
So has that feedback created some more clarity on how you want to vote? Has it? Or do you want more somebody else? The feedback here is that if you levy different rates, then the voting power can't be equal. Do you understand that feedback? In other words, if I am paying 30,000, why should I have just one vote like the guy paying 10,000? Yes, Vincent. A quick one. I want to put this to a vote.
Definitely, I've always been quick.
Thank you.
I would suggest we'll leave it the way it is so that we encourage our facilities to grow.
Okay. So we do not interfere with the equality, isn't it? Okay, so let me place it to the floor. Stephanie, yes?
I'm just using the right of Mahmoud to ask this question. If we are agreeing that putting levels will interfere with the voting pattern, then how comes somebody with a serial facilities will pay more than once? Does it mean you will vote more than one, or does it mean, what does that mean? The lawyers can help us.
I think you just voiced what Stephanie was saying. So here's the point. We have not altered the constitution with that proposal because the constitution assigns one vote per facility. Okay, one vote per facility. So let me clarify what that means. It means Penda, for example, Penda is at how many facilities now? It's at 16. If all the Penda facilities paid subscription, Penda has 16 votes on the floor. But you don't have 16 hands. But in a literal sense, if all your facilities paid subscription, every time you put up your hand, it is 16 votes. And I believe that is a much fairer way than to do KEF levels. Isn't it? Because you see, you could have 16 level 2s and somebody else has 3 level 5s. If we base it on that, the person with 3 level 5s will be paying much more and therefore has a right to demand more voting power than the person who has more facilities in the network. Isn't it? That is the feedback I had from the floor. Is that correct? So since I was asked to put this resolution here, can I put it again so that we vote? How many are in support to having different subscription levels per KEF level? Subscription amounts per KEF level. If you are supporting that we should have different amounts per KEF level, put your hand up. If you are opposed to having different amounts per KEF level, let's see by show of hands. The nays have it. All right, so this was my simple duty. Oh, sorry. The final one is controversial, and I think that is why they gave me this one. But we did this on the WhatsApp for the official page. So we did a poll, and the official page has members who are in good standing. We did a poll on name change, but we have to record now for purposes of applying with the Registrar of Societies. You understand? We have to record for purposes of legitimizing. And by the way, even if you refuse now, we'll just go back to Rural Private Hospital Association. All right, so the proposal is this. How many are in support of changing the name of the association from Rural Private Hospital Association to Rural and Urban Private Hospitals Association? Show of hands. Okay. How many are opposed? The ayes have it. So that one you can clap for yourselves. The initials remain the same. The association is still referred to as Rupha, isn't it? So the final part of today's engagement, which is actually just going to be procedural, is for me to welcome the attorney of the association, Wakili Bemi Kanyonge. Come forward. Let us give him a round of applause. So the work of Bemi Kanyonge today is to take us through elections of officials, but I am giving you hope that it is procedural, and he will explain why it is procedural. Karibu sana Wakili.
Thank you, Chairman. Members, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Actually, good evening. It's already past 6 p.m. My name is Bemi Kanyonge, as you've been told, advocate of the High Court and a firm believer in the cause Rupha. So happy to be here with you guys today. My role is fairly simple. I am well informed that by resolution, the general meeting decided to amend how the office bearers are elected. I am informed that the reason for that amendment was to ensure a certain form of continuity in the running of the affairs at the executive committee, by the executive committee. So having this in mind, 3 slots opened up for filling in the period leading up to this AGM. Now, on the first of, and for procedural reasons, on the first of this month, March, a call went out to the membership, inviting them to express their interests for persons who wished to join the executive committee as members. We looked, and the members had 14 days to submit their expressions of interest by way of a nomination form, which was supposed to be returned by the 14th. Which meant that any member of good standing then who wished to present themselves would do so for consideration at this AGM for election to the position of executive member. CEO Cynthia will confirm how many persons expressed interest. So we can confirm that 3 persons. Do you want to repeat that just loudly for the sake of members?
I confirm that 3 persons expressed interest by sharing their nomination forms.
Very well. The nomination forms were supposed to either be shared physically at the Rupha offices or by way of email as circulated to the members. Now, I am also informed that the members who expressed interest to fill up these slots were also seconded by other members of good standing. Could you confirm that, Cynthia?
That is true.
And you confirm that the members who seconded are members of good standing?
I confirm.
Thank you, Cynthia. So the reason why I say that my task is simple is because based on the number of slots, which were 3, and based on the members who expressed interest, then automatically the 3 members who expressed interest succeed or take up the 3 slots which were available for election during this AGM. Now, at this point, I would just like CEO Cynthia to just read out the names of the persons who expressed interests and perhaps also the names of their seconders. Is it proposers or seconders, I think?
Okay, I'd like to read out the names. I have Dr. Stephen Omondi Ojwang from Stand Up Kitengela, who was proposed by Angela Ikara from Nyali Healthcare Limited and seconded by Collins Odor Otieno from Olympus Medical Center.
Could we have the member come to the front, please?
So these are the one I'm afraid that I'm going to butcher the second name. So I also have Stephanie, the other name, I don't want to pronounce it. All right, from Penda Health. She was proposed by Ann Maina from Favor Medical Services and seconded by Dr. Othiambo from Palm Care Sinai Hospital. I have the third nomination form from Pacifica Kemuto Omambia from Vostra Medical Center, who was proposed by Phyllis Nderi from Proact Services Health Center and Mary Onyono from Mabo Health Limited. Those are the nomination forms that I received.
Thank you. Kindly come to the front. Are they available? Oh, okay. Thank you. So, members, these ladies and gentlemen are the persons who presented themselves for these elective positions. And in the power vested in me by your constitution and the bylaws, I declare them to be duly elected as members, are the new members of the EXCOM. Thank you very much. I think my role is done. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Akili. My work now is to invite the rest of the executive committee. Please join us here at the front. Come to the dais, please. No. No chairs. We are not sitting. So, members, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the new executive committee of the Rural and Urban Private Hospital Association of Kenya. A round of applause, please. Now, just for clarification, is there anybody at the front here who you might not know? Okay, I will help you. Joseph Kariuki has been playing the role of vice chairman. Mahmoud Amin has been playing the role of ex-official member. Pacifica Omambia has been re-elected to the executive committee. She has been playing the role of deputy treasurer. And then Daisy Adala playing the role of treasurer. And we have now Stephanie Kozela and Stephen Ojwang. Now, please, you may be seated. Now, there's a final point I would like to explain before we have a word of prayer and break for the day. I would like to explain something. During the last AGM, you voted to change the rules of election. And what happened with the change was primarily you voted to have, instead of electing officials, you elect an executive committee. And then the executive committee assigns roles within the committee. So as it stands now, I am standing here because the AGM has come to a close, not as your chairman, but as your outgoing chairman and member of the executive committee. Should that executive committee wish to make me the deputy treasurer, I shall serve that role very diligently. That is now the constitution of the association. So what this means, just to guide you, this team that you have seen here after this AGM will have a chance to retreat like the College of Cardinals, and they will speak among themselves until there is white smoke. And when that white smoke emerges, they will give us a chairman, a vice chairman, a treasurer, a secretary general, a deputy secretary general, and a deputy treasurer. And then they will communicate those office bearers to you. So today, you did not elect anyone. You elected the executive committee of the Rural and Urban Private Hospitals Association of Kenya. Are we clear on that one? Have you understood? Wonderful. So I would like to welcome Reverend Kariuki to do the final thing, which is a word of prayer. Now, one of the feedbacks that came from last year is that our members disappear on day 2. Now, please, I want to beg you, by the love of God, with the mercies of our Lord, I want to beg you to please turn up tomorrow for 2 reasons. If you look at the program, we have an exceptional list of people who will be coming here. I don't know how many of you have met Chris Senanu. Chris Senanu is on the list, he's speaking tomorrow. If you have watched the Shark Tank, which was happening here some years back, a show on TV, Chris Senanu was one of the, was one of the directors on the Shark Tank. He is an accomplished entrepreneur in charge of Aspira, CEO for Aspira. And he thinks it is time now for Aspira to come into the healthcare sector. We have Cooperative Bank coming tomorrow. They are handling the African Medical Equipment Fund under the IFC World Bank. They are literally begging to give you money. This is all happening tomorrow. So that is reason number 1. Reason number 2, why you need you to come tomorrow is, if you don't come tomorrow, we will not have a convention again. Because these partners of ours rely on our support and your support. So I'm really begging and pleading. We are closing tomorrow. Actually, let's have a deal. If everybody is here by 8, we'll be out of here by 1. Can we have a deal here? Let's have a deal. Everybody here by 8, we'll be out of here by 1. Can we do that? Yes. Can we do that? If you are here by 8, by 1 o'clock, we will be out of here. And do you know the beauty of being here also by 1 o'clock? They will charge us half day. We get to save some money as well. So let's try and come on time tomorrow. And I want to thank you all for your cooperation and collaboration. Rev, come and say a blessing for us before we go.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Chairman. I will also be carrying some sweets for you tomorrow. All right, we come to the close of the day one of the annual convention. And without much ado, I just want us to share the words of grace as we break for the day. And now may the grace and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen and amen.